Welcome to this, the first ever episode of The Legal Skeptic. And I guess I should give you some disclosures to begin with. I am a regulatory attorney. I work for a pharmaceutical company in regulatory affairs, specifically with risk management and post-marketing. I'm a skeptic, obviously. And this channel is going to share some skeptical thoughts with you guys. From me to you, basically. And it's going to hopefully get you to open your minds and think about some of the things out there and really start to put some thought into why we believe what we believe and all of those things. Now, I will say that other skeptics, such as the amazing Randy, have a slight up on me. They are, people who make it a living out of understanding how people think. And I'd like to state that from my own perspective, that's what lawyers need as well. We need to know how people think. Because, we have to be able to interpret what either government agencies say or, what your client's going to say on the stand or any number of things. Now, you may be wondering, why are we looking at snow? Well, the reason is I figured I'd start off the very first episode of the Legal Skeptic with a night that will lead into a day when I will probably be snowed in, which is why I'll do the first episode that day. Or at least part 2 of the first episode. But in this part 1, I figured we'd start by a small discussion of homeopathy. And of course, like I said, I work for Big Pharma, so that's a disclaimer right there. I have worked with clinical studies, so I do thoroughly believe that the method for bringing products to the market is a good one. I believe that it takes the safety and efficacy into consideration, and I believe that it takes the well-being of the patient into consideration. Something which, in my opinion, and it is only my opinion, homeopathy does not effectively do. Now, having said that, once again, that brings me back to why are we looking at snow? Well, I figured, since homeopathy is mostly water anyways, I'd give you some free homeopathy from the sky. That's right. It's snow. But at least this homeopathy is somewhat nice to look at. Of course, there's a whole chemical process that goes on in the clouds, and the freezing of the water into the little snow crystals, and then the temperature's got to remain just right as it falls all the way to the ground. And the ground can't be too warm or else the crystal melts before it gets all the way down. And as you can see tonight, obviously, it's cold enough that it remains snow all the way. So, what is it about homeopathy that bothers me? I guess what it really is that people are suckered in by homeopathy. You're told by your homeopath or your naturopath that the substance you're taking is going to help you. Oh, no, it's better than the medicines, it's because it's individually tailored for you. Well, while that may be true, my own medical needs are individually tailored for me as well. I mean, my doctor prescribes medication for me based on my conditions. So, I have high blood pressure, which obviously is not good, and I'm slowly working to lose weight to see if I can't fix that problem. So, tomorrow we're going to make a homeopathic remedy, which is sodium chloride. NaCl for you chemists out there. Table salt for the rest of you. It will be a 30C dilution, which is 60x, or 60 times we're going to dilute this thing. And I'll point out a few milestones to you. The first one, obviously, is going to be 23. 23 dilutions, we hit what's known as Avogadro's number, or Avogadro's constant, rather. And at Avogadro's constant, that's when there is a slight chance that there is one molecule of the original substance left in what it is you're creating. So we're just going to do a simple NaCl solution. Now, the reason I chose that is because with high blood pressure, I'm supposed to cut down on salts. Too much salt is bad for me. So you have to understand that there are 4 tenets to homeopathy. The first tenet is that like cures like. You know, if you have symptoms A and B, and you eat a piece of fig leaf, let's say, and that gives you symptoms A and B, then you use fig leaf to cure whatever it was that gave you symptoms A and B. Well, Samuel Hahnemann, who invented homeopathy, realized that's not a good thing to necessarily give yourself the same symptoms. So he figured, let's dilute it. We'll dilute it, and that will make it more palatable and healthy for you. But of course, they dilute the bejesus out of it until there's nothing left. That, unfortunately, is the law of potency. The more dilute it is, the more potent it is. Because water, according to the homeopaths, has memory. So we're going to dilute ourselves up a 30C solution tomorrow of NaCl, and I'm going to overdose on it. That is to say, I will drink the entire amount that's left at the end of that 30C dilution. And then we'll see if I'm still standing. Check my pulse every now and then, make sure I'm doing okay. And we'll see how it goes. Well, someone's out flying tonight, which, fortunately for them, they're a big jet and have all that fun instrument landing stuff. I'll talk to you some about that one of these days, too. I'm a pilot in my spare time. But for now, I leave you with the snow falling outside of my apartment.